is this the last one?
Yes. What is our Black Scorpion finale?
This is the last one. Good. Yeah. Quick catch up. Black Scorpion show that was on either Showtime or HBO in 98, 99, late 90s.
Finale.
We already did
This is a chunk of the last five.
the last five, yeah.
Four to do.
Yep. Yeah. So, we can just,
In our staying strong and hopefully not being bad episodes.
oh yeah.
This begins with, yes, this is another good one.
Spoiler
Man.
alert. It still keeps going. Yeah.
This is another good episode. This is the Stunner episode.
Yes. Yeah.
With the, costume. Yeah. Yes, this is...
Now you're gonna make me kick some rear.
Photo finish, I think.
Stunning?
Yeah.
Stunning or Stunner? The girl's name is Stunner. It is the assistant mayor of the town. And, of course, she's gonna run afoul of the regular mayor guy.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And he'll scapegoat her on all of the issues and problems and try to blame everything on this competent, non-corrupt assistant mayor lady. And she's British? Remember, she starts as British.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
That was somehow nationalized to live in California or whatever.
Well, what better way to unveil my new campaign platform?
Artie's going to come out against crime.
But the crime rate has gone up since you've been in office.
Well,
Most of your friends are criminals. You yourself have a criminal record.
This is why we don't invite you to parties, Edwina.
Well, yeah, you can safely assume that she filled out all of her immigration papers and the passport was legit.
To be able to be assistant mayor, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's no rules. But anyway, they're in a crime wave spree for the town.
Yes.
So to not get blamed as mayor, he wants to do a publicity stunt of introducing the chair again?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those...
So they're over at this electric chair at a prison, like visiting to turn on the electric chair to demonstrate.
Yep. Yeah. So...
Or to learn how much juice to use. And that's when she gets her origin story. You see her... You see her backstory in like a convenient 1.5 minutes or something. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like, one of my favorite things on this show is when the villain is having their origin and their costume is comprised of whatever they had on at the time,
Yes.
going through whatever accident they went through to become the origin and get the superpowers.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So she gets shocked.
Yeah.
It involves a couple of electrician employees
and
that have some kind of problem. So they're like, "Hello, can you help us and pull the little red wire in that box console?"
Yep.
Even though the regular mayor and his secretary are over there sitting on the
Yeah.
electric chair thing.
Yeah. And
So she has to do it as the assistant mayor, electrocutes her.
yep. And then she'll
Yeah, how the light bulbs are used in her outfit and costume are awesome. And then how the wires are used. And then you also get this cool hologram material, apparently through electrocution.
yeah, how does that even work? How do you get a
She's like,
hologram through it?
oh, just the sheer power, baby.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, hey, allow me to make use of these. And have the power of shooting
Yes.
bolts. She can absorb and release
Electricity.
straight up electrical force blasts.
Yeah, it's
And your lightning bolts
therefore proving Tesla right time and time again. So,
to be stunner.
yeah. You don't even need wires. She can do it just shooting. So it's all pretty fantastic. lots of action in that episode, and
However you defeat her, they do a because remember, Black Scorpion can also shoot
yes,
bolts from like a ring or something via technology.
yeah,
So then it's the thing of,
You're
your lightning bolts are only making me more powerful. And she's like, my weapons have no effect on stunner.
yeah.
It's the usual in the formula. You get Argyle to make an invention of
Greater strength and
shock absorber for a million megahertz,
a new ability,
and what it is.
You get your new space age material.
Let's see, the duo, or I mean the two henchmen,
yeah, the henchmen, yeah.
henchmen underlings. That is Spark and what's the
Wasn't
other
it-
guy? Watt,
Yeah,
Spark and
Watts,
Crackle, or something
Jolt.
electrical that's not the name Spark of the first guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she makes them obsessed with electricity by draining all their energy first and then making them hooked on
There it is.
electricity for their own
It's the perfect drug.
bodily energy.
Yeah.
Well, how'd you feel?
Weak. Powerless.
And you?
I don't have any energy at all.
That's because I've drained all the organic electricity from your nervous systems. From now on, you'll both be as power hungry as I am.
What
So
a,
anything to ask for? Quick, Sparky the Dog reference. Other than that, another great one.
yeah.
Am I easy to please? Because the next one's pretty neat too.
Yes, sir.
The teleportation,
Yeah.
and you get a return. You get a return from what was his name?
Flashpoint.
Photo
You get a return from
and Iris. Flashpoint and Iris was that.
Miss Looking Good is a photojournalist with the Angels Herald. She's doing a story on life behind bars, and you're her first subject.
No pictures.
Well, you have to forgive Mr. Albright. Being a photographer himself, he's not used to being on the other side of the camera.
yeah.
Crime team.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yeah. The Carmen Sandiego
Okay.
lady.
So she was never in prison and gets the chance to pose as a reporter or something.
Yeah.
To break
To break him.
Flashpoint out of prison.
Yeah.
And he still has the yellow eye contacts
Yep.
and get his crystal uniform back. Remember the
Oh yes.
uniform that was made of those big flashbulb crystals?
Yeah. Yeah. Those are.
That he says, okay, I have a new plan. What is it?
We're gonna.
There's molecular teleporters.
Yeah.
He can do some kind of photon teleporting thing where he can
Yeah. You can capture a moment
get you onto a TV
and then
or something.
teleport you.
Yeah, he can.
over the photons and the light through the photography and
Either disappear or contain you somehow.
project you in.
Oh yes, there she is, Vision. My masterpiece in the making.
To a new zone.
To do that to the whole town.
Yep.
And then this involves him demasking
Oh yeah.
our hero.
Yeah, it's a key plot point.
He was mad at her, so now he wants to show her true identity in front of
Yeah. It's a way to
the town.
it's a way to vanquish Black Scorpion, to reveal her true identity.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a cool plot
So
that she ends up having to get creative to solve.
oh yeah. Yeah, they actually wrapped that episode up in a very obtuse and creative.
They take advantage of the how convenient cloning usually is.
Yes. Yeah. And let's not also forget about the space technology where the clone, the image of the clone has to be uploaded to a damn satellite anyway.
If you can't use life model decoys like Nick Fury, then cloning solves a lot of stuff. It's still a good episode, though.
Yeah.
And then I believed in it and was satisfied because when I was hoping it would be space.
Yes.
Remember, I was saying for this final stretch of episode, could we maybe get, if we can't get pirates,
we can have
and a team of dogs and cats, then at least something happening in space.
Yeah. So it was good for them to good for them
Takes
to
place in space, but you get a little bit of stuff happening in space. He does it's where you bounce something off a giant satellite.
Yeah.
Smile for daddy!
And then when their fans are foiled,
Yes.
or plans get foiled, that,
Yeah.
remember, it shows them. It shows them on the TV screen
On
of
the
the.
TV.
It was like a display screen on the outside of the satellite.
Yep.
Were they supposed to be stuck in there like riding in a car? Were they physically inside the satellite?
Because
Or was it just a screen readout of their photon signature
yeah,
of him and
their imprint on
of
the
him and
system.
the assistant lady going,
I mean,
hey,
you can't exactly look at a freaking computer system or satellite and be like, oh, their consciousness or their photons are in there. So
we're totally in the sky.
it was pretty entertaining way to see him trapped on a damn satellite.
Well, the communication between the people of the show and the higher-ups that determine whether or not you're being canceled.
Yeah. Yep.
So they basically know they are down to their last couple of episodes now.
So it's time to, it's time to...
I'm just going by what happened with Cop Rock.
Yeah.
And those other shows where they straight up didn't know they weren't even going to be. Well, anyway, they get to some of the daring issues because of when there's two. So she can say something like, well, that's either is or isn't a part of my real self. you get into the duality of of just what Black Scorpion represents for her.
Yeah.
And
whether
or not you even want to keep doing.
Yeah.
Because, for a while she was in a position to just say, okay, well, you be one of them, and I'll just be whichever one you don't pick.
Exactly. Whether you want to continue the clone and...
I'll applaud them for trying to get deep into a little better characterization.
Yeah.
And character profile.
Yeah.
Than just, it's a superhero.
Yep. Yeah, that was actually an example of pretty good...
character usage,
In usage, yeah. And you really got to pay attention for this episode, otherwise you might get lost on who the clone Black Scorpion actually is. Because they act pretty similar up until it's time to have that debate.
It's supposed to be the same exact person. Remember, he can, Dr. Phoenix can very conveniently reawaken clone original memories.
Right.
So both of them had, she had a carbon copy of...
It's carbon, yeah.
Carbon copy of her, the original...
Yeah,
what's her name? Darcy.
Darcy, yeah.
Of Darcy's original memory.
And it's a good way to wrap up.
She would have her exact same personality.
It's a good way to also wrap up and return the episode to zero with the love interest thing, because they could just be like, oh, that clone was a different person. Black Scorpion is a different person. You're Darcy, and we just were able to prove that Black Scorpion is a totally different person. So you could have...
That's what happens.
Yeah.
With Steve Jeff, or whatever his name is?
With your Lafferty fella, yeah. So...
That says...
You are! Yeah. We were able to prove that you were different. Oh. Yes, we are rocking and rolling on this one.
Well, I think it's favorite actual episode.
This is... Yeah. This ranks up high for me, too. Yeah. Episode title, Face the Music, when...
Oh, is it? I never noticed that.
Yeah. Bleeding Eardrums?
Yes, there's a new local sensation rock group called Bleeding Eardrums.
Headed up.
Yeah, you get the Marilyn Manson and L7 lady.
Yeah.
That is Vox Populi.
Yeah. You think she know,
And late great Shannon Worry.
You think she knew Theo? You think she knew the Theo man that we
no,
may or may not talk about?
I wouldn't say so.
So
That'd be like,
yeah.
that'd be like, I don't know, Al Green and Green Oscar the Grouch. Yeah, that's just two of a Vox
Yeah. So,
example.
but yeah, they evidently Argyle and Tender.
You still have the controversial lyrics.
Yeah. But that's how they introduced the band. Is
Yes, you're in a club
you're in a club
where
that
they get a gig.
Tender Lovin' wanted to go to.
And a 90s, yeah, apparently they had gotten some good press or word of mouth because they said, oh yeah, there's a great new band playing over at the club
Yeah.
in town.
Yes, sir. So,
Anyway, 30 seconds in, and you get a handful of 90s guys
yep.
that all say,
Get off the stage.
You're a has-been. You're spinning your wheels as a charlatan.
Get out of here!
Give it up, go home.
Get off the stage.
You want us off the stage? You got it.
Get out of here,
And then,
you bad musician.
yeah, you find out that she's a badass supervillain that has a pretty awesome sound effect.
A ray gun guitar.
Slash.
Yes, she has a ray gun built in,
Yeah.
and then we'll just hit you with it. They're all violent. When they were being heckled, they immediately stopped playing
Yeah.
and went out to commit physical violence onto the 90s guys.
Yep. And as it turns out, Vox is highly influential. Any idea or course of action that she sings about, entire groups and populations
Towns, yes, you get
glom onto it.
you get the age-old tale of forbidden pop music.
Yeah. And
Gosh, let's go through that again. The mayor is again trying to hatch a scheme,
yep.
and it's to embed the subliminal message frequencies,
Yeah.
the hypnosis frequencies in her music. He offers to fund the production of her album
Yeah.
as long as he can insert the
Pro-mayoral, yeah, the propaganda.
through the old air raid system.
The mind share, yeah. And then, yeah, in turn, he'll play it over the city's PA system.
Publicly announced that everybody in the town is strongly discouraged
Yeah.
from listening to the band Bleeding Eardrums.
Yep.
So then the unpopularity with him will cause
Yeah.
blockbuster sales,
Yeah. And
and a lot of people listening to it will cause crime. They all encourage violent crime.
blood spilling in the streets.
The lyrics and the sound waves.
Yeah.
All of her songs are, what are they?
Thrash the Glass.
Blood on the Sidewalk, City Under Siege.
Yeah, City
It's
Under
actually kind of a
Siege.
cool song because it sounded like the Ramones. Grab Bag? Or the one that sounded like Grab Bag?
Yes.
Drive by, drive by.
Yeah.
Okay, so Drive By, Break the Glass, Blood on the Sidewalk, City Under Siege.
Yeah.
Just sheer violence.
Sheer violence.
That crime mobile. Remember that car that they spray painted a bunch of multicolored
Yes.
words on? That is of course, immediately recognizable
It's
as the Youth Violent Crime Mobile.
almost a work of art, is what that thing is.
Everybody's walking around either carrying a boombox or a CD. Everybody's
It's a small
everybody's
town.
wielding either a Walkman or a bleeding eardrum CD.
They can
the
only-
entire town is just, okay, we got these. Now
Yeah.
let's be violent on the sidewalk,
Yeah,
etc.
and everybody in the episode kept talking about how much they sucked, but I thought they sounded okay.
Oh, the L7 group.
The actual
Yeah,
music
it was a girl group in the vein of L7,
was pretty alright.
where they're tough
Yeah,
and they want to growl,
yeah. And the music, actually, was...
be grisly or gritty.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yes, whoever wrote those songs for the show did a pretty good job,
I could listen to it, like, legitimately, so...
and not break out into violent crime,
Yeah. So...
or at least get them to change the lyrics.
Yes, sir.
Did they ever turn off the control frequency? I don't think they ever showed a shot of somebody turning the switch off.
No. I think they just... To wrap up the episode, I think... Because you have to play into the biggest loudspeaker, so it could go out to the...
He was using the city's old air raid system.
Yeah.
he said.
So, whenever you stop the person playing it into the air raid system, that's how you stop the propaganda.
Okay,
Yes.
I thought the waves kept going. It was only while it was being played in.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Okay, I thought they had like an ELF that kept. Anyway, that's what happens.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You disagree, but then they both end up agreeing that
Yeah.
they should be stopped as criminals.
And then the finale is actually a two-part.
Are we already? Oh yes, that's right. This is the elderly guy.
Yes.
Soup sales
Yeah. So,
are terrible. One of the funniest actors for a villain in here
oh yeah.
is Psychic Pal.
Dr. Prophet. Spelled P-R-O-P-H. But,
I thought it was Money Profit spelled. I
Yeah,
thought it was supposed to remind you vice versa. Okay, fine, yeah.
we'll
But
probably
it's,
see.
anyway, it's man soup sales.
Not only am I gonna let them go, I'm gonna let them run wild.
What was that?
How do I know? I'm not a psychic.
I
Help me
love
find
this
the button
show.
to lift these tubes.
Yeah. And
In real life, terrible actor, but it seems like he's doing it on purpose. And it's this old guy, and when you watch him, about 90% of it is funny as hell to listen to his lackluster acting
oh yes.
and purposely not caring about his energy that he brings in his delivery.
Oh, it is fantastic. Every time he's on the screen, I'm like, yes, we need more of him.
That
But,
is dressed up as he'll be in a big gold robe with a Swami helmet.
it's basically like the old Karnak the Magnificent from John Carson.
Where he would put the envelope. Yeah.
Yeah, but his big evil thing was the fact, his impetus behind his big
Oh,
actions.
yes, this is about nothing but saving your TV show ratings.
Yeah, there's no big humanitarian thing. It's just a aging, old television psychic that wants to get his ratings back.
Yeah, he was.
The ratings will get better, Mr. Nielsen. That's a promise. In fact, it's more than a promise. It's a prediction from Professor Prophet himself.
Thanks. Unfortunately, your predictions never come true. That's why I'm thinking of changing here. I'm going to replace Psychic Pals with a rebroadcast of the 6 o'clock news.
He was threatened for being canceled and fired
He's gonna
for having too low a ratings
They would get rid of him and rebroadcast the evening news.
on the fact that his psychic predictions never came true.
They never, yeah.
So then now his plan with him and he's got a pretty great assistant.
Yes.
Celeste.
Yeah, Celeste.
She was actually awesome.
Yeah.
And hatched the plan of having your predictions come true
Yes.
by making those events happen anyway.
Yep.
And for him to get it to happen is the superhero pain control.
And that goes back quite a ways in the series where
because of Dr. Phoenix.
Yeah, the Dr. Phoenix mind electrocution thing that.
Hey, at least there's a little bit of continuity with it.
Yep, it counts as continuity.
It's our top 4 heavy hitters of everybody except for Firearm.
Yeah. And
four of those 5: Breathtaker, Inferno. Because it's the 4 elements. It's the water. It's the Hurricane Lady and the.
Yeah. And
she's water.
Hurricane.
Oh, is Hurricane her name? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Hurricane means water.
Inferno for fire.
Buzzsaw. Who was Earthquakes? Aftershock.
Yeah, Aftershock, and then
that counts as Earth element. Since when you're a psychic, and you do most of those lame horoscope things where you say, okay, this week Virgos are gonna and that.
Yeah.
So he'll give you a clue over his own show.
What's gonna happen, but he'll interpret it in a vague way.
Related to zodiac signs.
Yeah.
So he'll say the people of Virgo, Pisces, and Cancer this Tuesday night are gonna have quite a hot time. And then it ends up you solve the thing when you're Black Scorpion and Steve.
Yeah.
And then you interpret the thing to solve it to go stop Inferno.
Yep.
Because he said, "Wow, you guys are gonna have a hot time."
It's basically a Silent Hill puzzle where like.
So then for Earthquake or for Aftershock, you can say.
Yeah.
You can say
Virgo.
That's Doo-Doo down at the fertilizer plant because she's going to be causing earthquakes to steal the fertilizer?
She'll be shaking things up at the,
The earth signs Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo will be shaken by aftershock. And although she will succeed in her crime, the stench in the air won't be the sweet smell of success.
What did he mean by that?
Yeah, at the fertilizer plant. So be sure that the signs, the people of Leo and...
Yeah, consider this your message.
And the lion and...
Even though this is just supposed to be a description of the message.
Yeah.
And then work in a couple references to those zodiac signs.
Yep.
That give the clue for what you're trying to say.
That pertain to, yeah.
So then it counts as his psychic predictions coming true.
Yeah.
And then you get the ratings through the roof.
Probably.
So you don't get fired and lose your own cool nighttime
Probably
show.
Probably the biggest rating spike in the station's history for sure.
Let's see. We have to quickly discuss the not one but 2 sequences in there that involve Dr. Phoenix being coerced / seduced by the assistant girl.
Yes.
They call me Celeste.
Why?
Because I have a heavenly body. Do you want a closer look at my constellations?
Absolutely.
Same as the snake charmer. She mesmerizes you with belly dancing.
Yeah.
And then
her wordplay is great.
You'll either get tossed into his little vapor chamber.
Yeah.
Or whatever that thing is. She puts him in there to be stuck for like half the episode.
The cryo chamber. Yeah.
Well, he's not dead. It's nothing but a bunch of fog in there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And steam vapors.
So.
Well, you gotta let him out at some point.
Yeah. And then
for the rest of that plot.
Yep.
And then this is a 2-parter. This is our freaking series finale.
It's the series
finale. I love the fact that this guy, well, there's 4 other supervillains, but I love the fact that the main villain for this is this old Oldman.
Just Oldman. Yeah. Yes, and brief mention before going on to the final part of the finale. The competition and ego between the supervillains and how that actually gets in the way
For part of their quibbling,
while they're
Yeah,
fighting
there's good-
Black Scorpion.
there's good infighting and bickering on the part of the 4 escaped supervillains.
Oh my gosh,
And then he uses
that was entertaining.
the pain controller, correct?
Yeah,
He's got a giant hokey freaking
You got-
control lever
you gotta sort them out somehow.
for causing the pain on their head,
Yeah,
and he can like dial it up to 10 for punishment and control and stuff.
yeah. So
And then he's got a loudspeaker that they use.
oh yeah,
Remember?
he does.
We didn't find out why, but apparently this was all at the Phoenix Institute instead of over at the prison.
They got
I don't
a line.
understand. Were they held at the Phoenix, or does it double as the special supervillain prison for the town, or
Is there a tunnel?
or just next door, built into the same complex as the prison?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's at this control center where you can also turn on the pain with the giant lever is a little microphone, and it goes to the whole town, I guess, through this same
It's the PA
old
system.
World War II air raid system.
Yeah.
And says, now that I have your attention through the pain controls, report back to, instead of causing chaos and playing pranks in the town, please report back to.
Yeah. So you can publicly broadcast the message.
So then he does his organized plan of the predictions that come true.
Yep. Yeah.
What's it
As I
called?
say, that they were purposely trying to wrap up the show, yet leave it open,
Yeah.
is our dating.
Yes.
She says, have you thought about my advice and what we were talking about in the last scene? Because remember, one of them is a restaurant.
Yeah.
Hurricane is her stunt is to cause havoc over at a seafood restaurant because of the water inside the lobster tank and the fish tanks.
Yeah. So
they're sitting there on a date and says, we should do dating.
Yeah. And you're not allowed to date.
Or vice versa?
Yeah.
I don't remember who says.
We should entertain the notion.
Why not start? But I think it's the dad, or I mean the guy, Steve.
Steve, yeah, I think it's Steve.
So then
that's
she's like, that's right.
Yeah.
So then she's like, I just need more time. While the waitress is right there. So again, you get the cool double entendre of, oh, okay, I'll come back and take your order in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you thought about what you want? I just need more time.
So, yeah.
The fact that I was so jealous of never having extended cable of quality programming like that.
Yeah.
And then again, say something like, don't you think the answer is staring us right in the face?
Yeah.
While they're doing a intense looking at each other during the
side shot of
thing.
Yeah.
One of them wants to do a dating, the other one either won't or is busy right then at the moment while Professor Pal is on TV. And then, see, the whole thing is that he suggested to her that one of them not work there anymore.
Yeah.
Even though they're inseparable partners, the logic is still, gosh, we don't have enough time for each other because of our...
We're always working.
Dedicated police obsession.
Yeah. You can't just get the same schedule.
And be around each other constantly,
Yeah. That's just not a thing that can happen. So, she winds up quitting.
Yeah, she quits the police force on the job, but to still be able to be.
Yeah.
Superhero.
Yeah.
Darcy quits.
Darcy. Yeah. So
on the pretext, on the logic of,
let's do some dating.
It means that we would have time for extra dating.
Yeah. So,
but then it's supposed to be that she shouldn't. I still don't really get it. It's supposed to be that she made the mistake of, because the city still needs her
as a hero.
No, not as a Black Scorpion.
Or as Darcy.
As an employed police.
Yeah. it's not
Well,
like
I
they
mean,
can't.
is this another one of these things where the issue becomes completely moot?
The mini theme for the.
But I don't have an animal side.
Yeah.
Yeah. She stays gone until because Argyle says, "Well, how do we get to her? Get through to her to talk her out of retirement?"
Yes. Yeah.
That's what.
And then they'll come up with the
power of cloning.
The brilliant scheme of
resurrecting the dad.
The dad.
That is her dad. That's why she became Black Scorpion and a policeman to begin with.
In the first place.
That's the only person to get through to her. And says, what does he say?
He says,
it's old DNA samples, so it will be unstable.
Yeah.
And only survive 24 hours.
Yep. And
the question of whether they told each other this or whether they told her that.
Right.
Because she's famously very unquestioning. I don't want to say gullible, but he walks in this door.
Yeah.
The next morning, her deceased father walks in with his police uniform on and everything.
Everything, yeah.
And she's just like, oh, hey!
Hello, officer daughter.
Lieutenant. Oh my God.
We're finally back!
I haven't seen you in over X amount of years.
And, receive any kind of correspondence and message, or what they normally say. Long time no see. I believe in the plot, he's supposed to have been gone for 2 years.
Years, yeah.
Okay, so during a cutaway, they said, "Hey, I'm an unstable clone. I'm only going to last 24 hours anyway," or maybe not. Maybe they were still trying to
keep that fact from
encourage her to think in the other direction.
Yeah. But yeah,
the point of trying to convince her.
He'll encourage her.
Yes, he's been trained on the mission. He says.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, they have their own. They have their original memories awakened.
Yes.
This isn't a blank clone.
When they're cloned,
with
it's
no memory. It's her dad.
It's everything, memories and all.
So they fill him in on the situation with our idiot psychic guy.
Yeah.
And the terrible actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
To say, we need you to convince her to be a police again.
And the only way he can do that is to become one himself. He's like, well,
come out of his own retirement.
Yeah. If you're not going to do it, then I got to be the one to do it.
Which turns into a rehash of the entire circumstance of his death.
Yeah.
And they foreshadow it for you.
Yeah.
What a great finale. She says, don't go defeat those 4 super villains, you'll get killed. And he goes, so be it if the need be to re-inspire you a second time to be.
Uh-huh. Good on them for not making the viewer do a lot of work.
So was it a plan for on her part to never even be the superhero? Did she quit police and superhero work?
Because it kind of seemed like she was leaning that direction.
I don't think she ever said, I now vow to never be Black Scorpion.
Yeah, she never said it.
Okay, so it's just kind of implied she wanted to be nothing but a dating.
Yeah.
All day for the Steve man.
Which, oh goodness.
I'm a terrible cook.
Yeah.
That happens. What he does.
Yeah. He called it.
He gets back with Dr. Phoenix.
He goes, yeah.
To reactivate the pain manipulator.
And then, yeah.
And beat each other up. Take a couple minutes to take advantage of the supervillain bickering.
Yep. To kind of just shove them back into the chambers so that they can have
they through the waves they figure out a way to take care of them and get them back in the prison thing.
And then they could have
along the way you get shot.
Yeah.
And fulfill the plot of what they were talking about for the dad to
and then
be gone. Even though he was going to be gone that day anyway.
Yep.
It's a 1-day clone.
Yeah, it was a time limit either way.
He was an unstable clone and was going to be gone anyway.
So then she gets the motive to,
yes, that's
step
the
up and be
problem.
the hero.
And not even let you know, because in the next scene, they have a dramatic goodbye where she says, "Okay then, well if it was worth having you for one more day to what's it called to convince me to be a police officer still."
Yep.
Because in the very next shot, she's right back at the office.
Yep.
As an employee.
And at the they have their friendly police banter,
practicing tarot,
and
it hits the lover's card.
Yeah.
Or she the next card she pulls out when the guy comes up is the tarot of the lover's card,
and
say, "Well, I believe you've had time to think what you want, and we are just about ready."
Lovers.
Us.
To be a dating and a black scorpion. They leave it perfectly open for another season. That's what I respected about that ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was yes, they're wrapping up a one of those are they gonna dating or not love stories. But leave it open and start as close to square one and back to the beginning as you can.
They did it pretty good
by ending with a sequence of Black Scorpion on top of a building at night.
Yeah.
And say, can't you see? It turns out she not only didn't retire from police, but also didn't retire.
And they did it
from being Black Scorpion.
They did it well enough to introduce the variable of actual serious dating in season 2, should that have, been made. That would have been the one thing that would have separated.
He still doesn't even know who she is. He still thinks that's two completely different people. And believes even more dispelled.
Yes.
That from his original suspicion. Because of the
that would have been
other episode that we were talking about with the photo finish.
That probably would have been the
so
good.
So now he really doesn't suspect that she's Black Scorpion.
Yeah, that would have been probably the good evolving plot continuity for season 2 was, well, how do I continue to keep my identity separate in better and better fashion?
Yeah, if you know you're getting a full season that will not be cut short. That whole second season you could lead up to him finding out and coming to accept that she's been Black Scorpion this whole time. That would have been actually...
I am actually dating Black Scorpion.
Yeah, for him it's his dream come true all aside from.
Yeah.
If he feels lied to, is the fact that...
He's
correct.
Yeah,
is the fact that they wanted to. He's liked Black Scorpion since the beginning. Anyway.
Yeah, he likes the idea of
Just happens to be dumb enough not to know that's the same person.
Yeah, it's a thing that you laugh at, and then a thing that you get used to.
Okay, well, I think it was wrapped up pretty good.
Oh yes,
you got to see the dad. He did some good acting.
Yeah,
saved the day a little bit one time.
I'm not.
And your problem of. The fact that it was kind of moot because he was a unstable clone anyway.
Yeah. I'm not yelling at the screen sarcastically for a sequel.
Argyle had one last thing of being smart and cool. Same thing with Dr. Phoenix.
Absolutely.
They successfully brought back a dad clone.
Yeah, it all wrapped up on all the high notes for all the...
Jeff got his dating thing.
Yeah. All the plot lines.
To be a detective. And not have her be gone.
Yep.
As a police and secret
when I think
identity that everybody still thinks isn't you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like hero perfection.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all wrapped up. It's all...
This is neat.
Yeah.
It's 22 episodes. I'm not dying to see them again. Except for maybe those top favorites.
Yeah.
If you put them on a best of disc.
And...
The time zones.
Yeah.
What was that guy? Time clock.
Time clock.
And then that other completely ridiculous one. If you're not very tired. the second Gangster Prankster episode.
Yes, that's a classic.
And this one, or I mean the Rock Stars.
The Rock Stars, yeah. My top 3 would probably be very similar. Maybe different arrangement, but yeah. Very awesome. Although I liked the first Inferno episode when Dave Mustaine was in it. That held it for me.
Oh, yes, for our bemoaning. What else happened that we were gonna criticize for them? They never brought back Torchy and Dave Mustaine. That was kind of dismaying.
Yeah.
How many times they brought back the other fire guy, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't want to come back though.
Yeah.
The Trash Maniac.
Yeah, we
shouldn't get another installment at all with Trash Maniac.
They could have used him more often.
And the Renegade Privateer Trashmobile.
Yeah.
And
the red suit gang.
Oh yes, they just barely showed them in this, or was that the intro? Yeah, they abandoned them pretty quick in the series. That what even was the last iteration of them? But yeah, they took away appearances of that gang of the red and black guys with the big spiky shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, we needed more of them.
The red jump, or I mean, red suit. Were they called the red suits?
Yeah.
The dwarf, or I mean the clown, the little surfer clown.
Yes.
I keep thinking of John Leguizamo in the clown thing, but it was the little.
Yeah.
Was he a clown or just kind of a little person? The little guy that drove that rode the rocket, the jet powered.
Yeah.
Flying surfboard.
Yeah, he was only in
from that one episode.
One episode. Yeah, we needed more of him. Yeah.
I don't even know if they gave him a line.
I don't think they
They
did.
just used him to set up a different scene.
Yeah, I don't think he had.
I was needing an episode with him, so I'll definitely nitpick on that.
There may have been a giggle, but that's about it. So
when there should have been what I was saying. Same thing for Cross. Pirates.
Yeah.
Something in space. Something off the coast.
Especially
assuming if it's in LA
with a big city
when they're near the water. Same thing with pirates. Something either on a cruise ship or the pirates.
Yeah.
At sea.
Nothing involving the beach
or diving,
like the coast or the beach.
Oh well, Hurricane episode had
that had it. Yeah, but if there was one at deep sea, that would have been pretty awesome.
And then collaborating with a team of animals. for the pirate parrots or a dog and cats or what was the other thing? Pigeons, the passenger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been great.
Those tank bomb cats. What we were talking about. And the many other things that I would like to see.
But yeah,
it counts as a good job. They did a good job. This was fun to go through.
If you never watched it, it's hard to skip an episode. Like, if I watched it on my own, if I didn't have to watch it for the dog channel, then
if you understand what the heck it is, if you go in already understanding that it's a trash TV for what do they call those? A TNA Jiggle Fest on extended cable in the 90s.
Yeah.
And use the corny formula of DC Comics like Batman. TV episodes where you have a bunch of idiot puns being used.
Yep.
That are always in the theme of whatever the villain is for that day.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very entertaining season show.
Oh, wait.
But this is quality.
Yeah.
Bad 90s programming that we use.
More than help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go